Hello again, welcome back. Let's try that again. Hello again, Daniel here, and welcome back to my channel. So, I've recently been thinking about certain life choices that I've made recently, and I've always been a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and fate and karma and all that stuff. And I was thinking mainly about the fact that in the middle of last year I was doing my year in Australia, and the whole way throughout the year I had it in my head that I was staying for the second year and maybe even longer. But the further I get into it, I made the decision to come home at the end of the year. And I was thinking about it recently, and I was sort of coming to the conclusion that I was everything happens for a reason, maybe I was meant to come home, that was meant to happen, and that was fine. And then whenever I thought about it again, I was like, no, wait a minute, it didn't happen for a reason. I made the conscious decision to come home. I thought to myself one day, I literally sat down and thought of the pros and the cons of coming home and decided whether it was the best thing to do or not. And at that time I decided that the best thing to do was to come home. And thinking about it now, yeah, I made that conscious decision and I made the right decision. And particular things do happen for a reason, but in this case it wasn't a matter of, oh, it happened because it was meant to happen. It was no, I actually made that conscious decision to come home. And then I was thinking, don't just leave it down to fate and be oh, that happened because it was meant to happen. I was why don't I just give myself credit for actually being an adult and making a big decision and working out the pros and cons and realizing that that was actually the right thing to do. And I decided to do that all by myself. And I am eventually wanting to go back to Australia, and I will go back, but it was the right decision for me to come home because there's things I want to do which I think I will be better at doing at home. It was a more practical decision for me to come home for a while because one, I wanted to come home for Christmas just past anyway, because Christmas in Australia last year was very weird, and it was my first Christmas away from the family, so that was just weird. So I decided then that I was going to come home for Christmas just past if I was in Australia or not. There was things I wanted to do, such as do my driving test, because I've still not done that, sort of figure out a career path that I'm going down, and it just felt like a more practical decision to do it at home rather than stay out in Australia and try and do it there, because coming home I get to see all my family and friends, I got to be home for Christmas. I would rather learn to drive at home than do it in a different country, and at least here I'm at the comfort of my own home, surrounded by a family, whilst I'm trying to figure out the next step and sort of find my feet before I do eventually go back to Australia and try and stay for the long run, because that's I want to go back to Australia with more of a set plan. And yeah, I sat down and made a list of pros to why I should come home, and I also made a list of cons because one, I was in Australia, and every day I miss Australia so much, and I miss all my friends out there, I miss the lifestyle that I had out there. But I know in the long run this is the better decision for me because there's things I want to do, and I know that I will be in a better place when I next go out to Australia. And I made that decision for myself. It wasn't a matter of, oh, that just happened to happen and it happened for a reason. No, I made that decision, and I want to give myself credit for that because I feel like it was a very adult thing for me to do, because a lot of things I do aren't very adult all the time. Still learning. So yeah, just the aim of this video was just to state how sometimes we need to give ourselves credit, a lot more credit, for things we do and decisions we make, and actually realize that no, we're smart. We make our own decisions, and I'm becoming an adult. Crap. Yeah, so as much as I still believe everything happens, in certain things happen for a reason, I still believe in fate, I still believe in karma, but in this particular case, I'm going to give myself credit for being an adult and for making a big decision and realizing how practical it was and how it will benefit me. And yeah, so that's that. Thanks for watching, and please hit the like button down there if you liked it. If you didn't like it, then don't do nothing. And subscribe if you would like to see more videos from myself. And until next time, bye 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 bye.